is home and it's away. And it could be away on a cruise, it could be away in a hotel, or it could be away around the world. That is what we're talking about next. Now, we launched a really awesome surge protection system from LAX, and it was so successful that we brought in brand new tonight, kind of the accessory system to go anywhere with versus the original one what we had for your home. So what you're talking about here is our 2-outlet. It's actually 4 USB travel surge protector. For me, it's home as well, but also if you're going to be on the road, this is a smart system. Joining me is Stephanie McKee. Hello, darling. Welcome back.
Thank
so
you.
When you launched recently the home surge protection system, it was just a huge success. We sold like thousands and thousands, totally sold out. I was really glad to see LAX come back with their next version.
This is genius. And LAX Gadgets is very good at making new designs for essential electronics in the home. This is still your home surge protector outlet expander, but it's also your travel adapter that you can go anywhere in the world with, because I'll show you in my example up here, we are giving you the adapters for over 200 countries, and I'll show you how it works. It's super simple. There's a little step there, and you slide them out and put the new one in. Go into Italy this summer, this is the adapter you'll need to plug anything in those outlets in Italy. So very smart design. Do not travel without this, but also put these in your home now. You can use them and protect all of your electronic devices now. We're giving you 2 USBs, 2 USBCs for fast charging. This is future-proofing your home. You cannot get enough of these, because I know we never have enough of these. The wall blocks, you now are saving money. You don't have to spend it on buying all these new wall blocks. I normally show one that has a USB-C input, but I only have one and I lost it. so now, you know, anytime I have to plug a USB-C into a wall block with my normal old school outlets, I don't have a block for it, but with my LAX Gadgets outlet expander, I now have future-proofed my home. So great to give yourself 6 charging opportunities where normally you would only have one outlet. You can see you still have the other outlet available down there, but it's also great to get surge protection. So it's kind of spring cleaning time still. We're all updating our home, and I want you to think about if you have these old surge protectors in your home right now, because it might be expired. You can check the manufacture date on the back. It's going to be really small. If it is more than 5 years old, it may still be powering your devices, but it's not protecting them from power surges. That is why we have to update with 2025 surge protectors. So if the power surges in your home, whether it's a really small flicker of the lights or a storm, I know we're going into storm season, if that power surges, it can fry every electronic in your home. I know Helen Keeney here, unfortunately, her neighbors had a lightning strike, and their 3 flat screen TVs got fried. So now's a great moment. Brand new launch of this. Not only is it going to protect the investments of the electronics in your home from, you know, getting fried during a power surge, it's also going to give you more outlets. And when it's time to travel this summer, which I know we're all getting very excited about, you now have the ability to plug in your devices anywhere in the world.
Well, and here's what the extra little thing on that is. How many of us are a little freaked out about surge problems elsewhere?
Yeah.
I think in the US we're pretty good about, I mean, you know, it happens. It definitely happens here. But honestly, when I go overseas, especially if you're lucky enough to travel, I just don't feel like I hate to say it, please, anybody who's overseas, do not get mad at me, but I just don't feel secure about their systems. You know, I just think ours are better. I don't know, but I love the idea. Well, I'll tell you, I'm getting ready to go overseas in a couple weeks, and I've got this little one unit that is a converter, and it's just one little unit. It does one thing, one time. That's all it can do. One plug, and it's not a surge protector. So if you're concerned, because a lot of times when they're trying to translate their power to the power we need, there's an issue. So the fact that now you have surge protection built in when you do travel overseas, that's just that extra bang for your buck. You know, you're not gonna blow up the stuff like your phone. You could have an $800 phone plugged in overseas, and all of a sudden it's burning hot, and you're like, oh my God, what's wrong? Your little thing is not converting the electric right, and it's overheating. This is gonna have surge protection for that. So let's say you're not gonna travel overseas. For me, whenever I go to an Airbnb, if you go to a hotel, there's never enough plugs ever. If you go on a cruise, Never is there enough outlets,
Tiny
right?
space,
so
yeah.
if you use it at home just to protect your television and all those, your computer, all the expensive stuff from Surge Protector, great, perfect.
Yeah, you
But
need it.
When you go to travel, the fact you can just pull it out and take it with you, great. And then if you happen to be lucky enough to travel overseas, now you're really ready. I think this is brilliant.
Yeah,
and you know, it's the only one, because I've been shopping for these lately, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting ready to go.
Getting prepared.
And I'm not feeling strong about that, my one little teeny black one I have. But I was shopping for them, and I've never seen one that did all this.
I have the old one. So my husband and I just visited family in London, and we went to Paris. We needed multiple outlet adapters because each outlet adapter was only one, and we were plugging in like 4 things every night. This will work with, you know, your computer, your tablets, your phones. If you're traveling, it's very convenient to have an adapter that has multiple plugs here. So we actually really needed this. It would have saved us a lot of space in the luggage that we were already trying to be really economical with. It's like, don't pack too much, you know, pack 3 outfits for 2 weeks. But you want to save space, and this is going to help you do it because you are getting all of the adapters you need for every country, and this is going to work for the whole family. So you don't have to bring multiple adapters on your trip. Be prepared ahead of time. You know, even if you don't have a trip planned, you know, this is the outlet for England. I know that one because I had it in, you know, my big bulky adapter. But even if you don't have a trip planned, this is an essential for the home, not only to multiply those outlets and stay really organized with all of your electronics, keeping them charged, you know, plugging in all the kitchen devices that you need to. I'm so happy having this in my kitchen because I have the, you know, bug zapper plugged in now. I've got my microwave, my blender. I'll bring out my very cool small food processor, you know, and they all need extra outlets. So
and you can charge your phone at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all there in my kitchen.
Yeah,
with this.
This is why I think it's such a great little investment because first off, plug in your computers, your TVs, your stereo systems, whatever. The things you don't want to blow up when you have a power outage or you have a lightning strike or you have that surge of power. So right there, if it were just doing that and multiplied how many outlets you have, that's a great item. Like that's a good investment, right? And then take it the next level. If you're traveling, a cruise, Airbnb, hotels, you always need more outlets, great for that. Then somebody calls and for some bizarre reason, you now are gonna go on a trip overseas, you go, I am totally ready. You literally pull it out of the plug in your kitchen and take it to go to Europe, go to Italy, go to Japan, whatever you're lucky enough to do. It's really kind of awesome to have that because then you're not buying multiple items because you can easily just buy a converter and spend 25 bucks on one converter you use on one trip and you do that trip once in a lifetime, you know? And you have to take it with you. You've got to convert the power from our stuff that we have to what's overseas. Now, use it at home, use it when you travel in the US, and then use it when you go overseas. I just think it's brilliant.
Yeah, being prepared ahead of time, knowing that the outlet expander, surge protector that you already own is also the travel adapter is so convenient. My mother-in-law is from England and she was like driving an hour to bring us her adapters because we didn't have enough before our trip. Really smart to get prepared ahead of time. If you wait till the last minute, you might see prices twice this for an adapter in an airport that does less than this. So right now I have the plug for Italy and France. You know, maybe you've got a little trip to Paris. I don't know, maybe you don't. This is still convenient, even if you're just staying at home. So nice to have the surge protection, nice to have multiple charging opportunities. You're turning one outlet into 6, and nice to know that this comes from LAX Gadgets. We've been around for 20 years. We were founded by 2 brothers. They have an electronics store in Manhattan, and a lot of our other surge protectors have amazing reviews on hsn.com. Some that I really loved reading was, this works perfectly, and it was exactly as described. We're premiering this for the first time right now, so you can't go read the reviews on it, but LAX Gadgets is such a trusted brand and very genius ideas for new ways to design essentials.
Totally is. And by the way, we added free shipping to this tonight. I love free shipping. Anytime I can save money on shipping, I am 100% in. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, I love all the adapters adapters, but it's so smart just to plug in all your expensive electronics into it. If you've ever blown a TV, did you freak out? You ever hear a lightning strike, or maybe a car hit one of the power station, or like a pole, and all of a sudden your power's gone out, and then when they reboot the power, you hit that hit, right? And then you go to open your computer and you have the blue screen of death. Like that is the worst thing ever. You're like, oh my gosh, I spent hundreds on my computer and it's dead as a doorknob. It could be just as simple, it could be a perfectly sunny day, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, what happened? Why was there a surge in my power? And you always hold your breath. Whenever lightning's striking, you always go, but remember, this is gonna protect you from that. And I'd love, Steph, if you go over this, because I think this was the aha moment for me. I did not know those had an expiration date.
Yes, so I have a lot of these in my house. I've now replaced them since learning that the surge protection expires. Why is that? There's not a company out there that makes a surge protector that can withstand more than about 5 years of hits. So when the power surges in your home, this takes a hit, and it's almost like there's a bank in here that gets used up. So check the back of these old surge protectors that you have in your home. If you bought them more than 5 years ago, if they're starting to yellow with age, it is time to update them. So you have a 2025 surge protector. These may still power your devices if you have one of these on the floor, and your TV and sound system and, you know, Wi-Fi router. Yeah, if they're all plugged into this, yes, this is giving them power, but it's not giving them surge protection.
And think, if you bought a Bose speaker from us, I can tell you right now, those are $200-300. If you have one of our Samsung TVs, if you got a big one, I mean, that's over $1,000-1,200 if you bought it from us. Just those two things that you're watching with right now, if they blew up in a power surge, you'd be crushed. I mean, it's thousands of dollars potentially. Or do you buy this and just go, okay, I don't have to worry about that. Then someone calls and say, hey, by the way, there's a wedding in Paris, you wanna go? You're like, yep, let me just unplug all that and we are gonna travel.
It's so lightweight, it's so compact and portable.
Really is.
You are free to roam, free to plug in all of your devices anywhere in the world. The adapters that this comes with will cover you in over 200 countries, and the way that they attach is also very smart. I've never seen this design. It's super secure. There's like a little step that you press down and slide in the new adapter. So if you're not in Italy or Paris, go ahead and slide in the one that's the US port, and you are expanding the outlets in your home. You're future-proofing them. You're getting faster charging with USB and USB-C charging. You're saving time and money because you're not worried about these wall blocks anymore. You can plug your cords directly into the USB input. You don't need the wall block. You've also got the two 3-pronged grounded AC outlets for all of those electronics in your home. Protect your investment by updating those surge protectors.
Yeah, okay, and again, a couple options for you tonight. 5 Flex, what does that mean? You can get this home for $5. And again, it might never leave your kitchen, but gosh knows, your coffee machine's not gonna blow up.
Yes,
you know
thank goodness.
And you know, coffee machine, and you've got a blender, and then you plug in your phone, and you're getting all of that powered at the same time. So if you just need more outlets at home, it's smart, right? And not only is it increasing the number of outlets, it's also giving you surge protection. Normally when we sell multi-outlet things, they're not gonna have surge protection built in. They're not gonna have all the USB and the C connection and all that kind of good stuff. But then if you do get that once in a lifetime trip and someone says, let's go overseas, you go, oh my gosh, I am actually ready. You know, I can actually travel with all of my phones and all that stuff we take with us just because you have it. So if it never leaves your house, I get it. Although I will say it's another thing just to take it with you when you're going on a trip. If you ever go cruising, how frustrating it is. I swear to God, they give you one plug and you're like, really?
What are you gonna do?
My husband and I, and some of them have the foreign, because they're foreign made ships. Have you ever been on one of those?
Input? No.
They have the different input because they made, all these ships are built elsewhere. And I've been on ones where you needed an adapter because it was not, they didn't, I mean, it was built overseas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So anyway, you're prepared, whether it's at home or if you're traveling around the country, or if you're lucky enough to go overseas, there you go. You are ready to go. And you've got that surge protection. Miss Steph, thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Good to see you as always, my love.
Here.
All right, we gotta keep moving on. What is this called? It's called Friday Night Finds, and I'm calling this one the Home Edition. Now this collection tonight, definitely is stuff you wanna see for your home. We're gonna unclog your drains. We're gonna get you super organized with the #1 best-selling origami